Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the live session with Accolite Digital today. Today's program is about how women and the diversity at Accolite is shaping Accolite with the hashtag We Are Future Shapers. I am Prem Kalyan. I'll be your host and the moderator for today. I've been with Accolite. A brief introduction about me. I've been with Accolite for 20 years. I have 20 years experience. I've been with Accolite for 10 years, last 10 years. Working in software development and digital transformation projects. In my present capacity, I run the Global Delivery Organization for Healthcare and North America Delivery Organization for Telecom and Media. At Accolite Digital, it's our constant endeavor to create an equal opportunity workplace. We believe in attracting and retaining the best and the brightest women in the sector who can lead the way, achieve their career goals, their personal goals, and deliver great value to all of Accolite Digital's customers. Accolite Digital culture is so we have been awarded the best places to work for 2 years in consecutively, and that reinforces our focus on creating a happy, healthy, and safe workplace. At Accolite Digital, it's all about fostering a culture where every voice is heard and every support is given to all of its employees so that they can achieve their career goals. For today's session, I'm joined with five of my colleagues, Vidya Upili, Manali Hukeri, Laukia Wupu, Khushbu Gupta, and Nidhi Chauhan, who will share their unique stories with us. And we'll have a very casual discussion about various dimensions of our work life and how Accolite has helped them achieve their goals. Before we start the session, I would request each of the panelists to introduce themselves. Vidya, would you like to go first?
Sure, thank you. Hello all. I'm Vidya. I have about 20 years of industry experience now. I've done my MCA in GNIT back then. I joined Accolite in 2012, and it has been almost a decade working here in Accolite.
Manali, would you like to go next? Manali, you are on mute.
Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. So Manali here. I have done my MCA from University of Pune, joined Accolite as a fresher. I've been with the company for almost a decade now and working as a technical delivery manager here in healthcare. Thank you.
Thanks, Manali. Khushbu, would you like to go next?
Sure, Prem, thank you. My name is Khushbu Gupta and I have done my BTech from KNIT. I have total around 7.5 years of experience, on which I have spent almost 5 years with Accolite, serving here as Associate Technical Delivery Manager. Thank you.
Thanks, Khushbu. Laukia, could you go ahead, please?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Laukia. I completed my bachelor's in computer science in 2016. Accolite was my first professional opportunity. I started my career here as an intern in 2016, and currently I'm working as Associate Technical Delivery Manager with the healthcare division. Thank you.
Welcome, Laukia. Nidhi, will you go ahead?
Hello, everyone. My name is Nidhi Chauhan. I have almost 10 years of experience. My area of specialization is automation testing, and I'm with Accolite for last 2 years now. Thank you.
Thanks, Nidhi. Again, a warm welcome to all five of you. We have a wide spectrum of diversity in terms of the background with which they come in terms of experience. I do see program manager, I do see automation test engineers, I do see the delivery managers, I do see the technical developers, right? The tech fellow kind of developers, and also see the panel has a wide range of experience, right? Some of you have joined Accolite as interns, some of you have started Accolite as your first job, some of you joined as recently as the last couple of years, some of you have spent a decade, some of you are with us more than 5 years. It's a great panel to have, so we can get all aspects covered from both your experience as well as your technical capabilities that you have learned and exhibited. So coming to today's session, we have structured this session around key topics that we all encounter in our professional life. So we'll take each of those and talk to our panel and understand their personal experience around those specific topics. Let's dive in. So the first one you all might have guessed is about the professional growth, which is the first aspect that we all look for when we choose a job, when we choose an employer to join. So let's talk about that. And I would request Vidya to share her experience in terms of how her professional growth has been. She's been with us for little over a decade. So Vidya, over to you.
Prem. It's wonderful to be able to share my experience, and can't be happier to share it with a wider audience. Like I said earlier, I joined Accolite 10 years ago. I was a dev manager back then. I was overseeing Java projects predominantly. And then when I joined Accolite, I diversified into DevOps roles. I actually got to learn Python, Chef, and the likes of that. But 2-3 years down the line, I think I found my true calling in project management. And on the other hand, on the domain side, I, throughout all these 10 years plus the previous 10 years I had, I was able to strengthen my knowledge in the retail, healthcare, and automotive domains predominantly. I also had the opportunity of working on end-to-end system automation projects in the company. This is in terms of implementing, systems in order to automate the operations of the company, which is Accolite in this case. Very unique experience. Every bit of this journey has been thoroughly enriching and full of learning. And one constant in this entire journey definitely has been the kind of support that I've got from everybody around me. Easing into a new domain or a new tech stack or a new role for that matter, switching from technology to program management. Initially, I thought was going to be very difficult, but just the way things are organized in Accolite, I think made it supremely easy for me to do that switch and do it so well. So really, really happy about every bit of learning and professional growth I've seen so far.
Very glad to hear that you started as a hardcore techie in the development side. Then you moved into program management or the project management, then become a program manager or the program director. And then you also got your hands on implementing some of the org level initiatives. Right, great going, Vidya. Now I would request one more panel to share their professional growth at Accolite. Anybody else?
I think, Prem, I can speak here. As I mentioned, I started my career as a fresher in Accolite. I was part of the first ever Accolite University that was conducted in 2012. So Accolite University is the training program that Accolite provides to all the freshers. What I feel is that being part of such a fast growing company has enabled me to grow personally and professionally. One cannot grow professionally unless and until they have grown personally as well. So I remember being this timid, scared trainee or a fresher who used to make mistakes, learn from them, to see where I have come today with the new skills that I've learned, be it program management, be it critical thinking, problem solving. I feel it was the right career coaching and the opportunities that I got, which has helped me evolve into the strong and confident leader that I am today. And whatever I'm able to do, I'm able to excel into that. So I believe that's one major thing that Acolyte has provided me, and I'll always look back to it thinking that it was always the good choice for me or a great fit for me.
Got it. So one quick question, both Vidya and Manali, you've been with Accolite for a decade, right? Both of you have gone through a lot of transition in your personal, in your career roles, right? You seem to be very content and happy. So what's one thing that you would like to call out that made you stay with this organization for so long?
For me, it was thorough professionalism and teamwork. And nothing for me stands out beyond that. I think that personally has propelled my career, and I'm sure it is done for everybody else as well. So that would be the top picks for me.
Awesome.
For me, I think it's the support, because I honestly feel that building a career along with taking care of the family is definitely a challenge for a woman. And I do agree that now, even the spouses have started contributing everywhere, be it in the kitchen or be, helping with the kids and all that. There are few cases where the lady of the house has to step up and take full charge of the house. So it is said that if a woman wants to build her career, she needs support from her family, her in-laws. But I believe she also needs equal support and consideration from her company. You cannot, she won't be able to do that unless she has been, there are certain things that are considered for her also. And that's what I see in Accolite. There's a lot of flexibility, there's a lot of support that you get from the teammates, even from the leadership. And it's not something that you ask for, it's just the culture in Accolite. It's something that comes very naturally in Accolite. So I believe once she has that peace of mind that things are taken care at home properly, she's able to also unleash her full potential at work and, achieve great heights, given that she's also given the, not just the support, but the equal opportunities, looking at the career growth that she requires. So
Awesome.
I believe that's definitely one of the plus that we have at Accolite.
Great to hear that, Manali. And I have a specific question to you and Laukya, right? Both of you joined from your college, right? Both of you have gone through a program called Accolite University. I'm sure Nidhi, Vidya, and Kushbu might be feeling they missed it. Trust me, I have gone through that Accolite University program. So how did it help, right? That is first training program you come and join us right from the college, right? Typically the training programs are like a classroom sessions, right? They teach you something, you learn, right? How is Accolite University different? And did it actually help give the initial push to your career? And did you learn more than just technology during that Accolite University?
Prem, for me, I would say to start with, it is a training program and it is a rigorous training program. So the focus is on, teaching you a lot of things. But what I remember very clearly is that it's not just that we did. We actually had fun time as well. I remember we used to get in at 9 o'clock in the morning, finish our training by evening 9 o'clock. But during this time, we had people, coming in, feeding us dinner, feeding us lunch. Oh, you've not eaten. This is your time, this, that. And then I also remember whenever we used to get, like we are constantly working on the assignment and we have a brain block or whatever. I remember we came out, we even played catch. So I do remember that. We used to play damsharas. We used to, sometimes even watch something on YouTube just to relax and then get back to work. So that's how Accolite University has been for me, and that's how I remember and cherish it.
Awesome. And what about your experience, Laukya, with the Accolite University?
I cannot agree more with Manali. I want to like to add more. So when I went through Accolite University in 2016, it was in Bangalore. So I'm from Hyderabad. So I was staying in Bangalore for the first time. It was my first time away from home, but I never felt like it was away because the friendships I made and through even the mentors and the proctors that were there made me feel very much at home. As Manali said, there were times I used to skip lunch because I want to complete the assignment first, or I'm running behind or something. But I had people reach out to me, say like, you have to eat, and they bring me Maggie or something to give me and make me eat. And it was also it was definitely fun and all. But I would like to cover the learning part. For me, it was about 45 days, and every day we had a planned schedule that we had a training, one-on-one interactive sessions. We had assignments and projects. So in this way, I feel that Accolite University was a perfect step between coming from the university like a fresh graduate and going into this becoming this professional person. There's this middle step. That is Accolite University for me. So I learned like how to behave professionally, to actually even writing better mails, to understanding that I could make mistakes and learn from them, to the basics. There's some key things that you cannot learn everything in university, right? That's very different from professional experience. So those bridging gaps and stones, that's what Accolite University fills in. And it's a very, very, very great experience. Even now, when I look back, I feel that's the best memory I made in 2016 overall, beside graduating. Yeah.
So there's a 4-year gap between Manali joining us and Lauke joining us, and you see the intensity of the program has not come down. What I hear from you guys, it has just gone up, and I know it continues to go up, and our batches continue to grow bigger. Because when Manali joined Accolite, it's a 7-member Accolite University. I think this year, I think we're running close to 500, 600 people, Accolite University. Great, great. So since we briefly touched about the learning part of it through Accolite University, I just want to ask Kushbu on the learning, right? Because learning is the only change that doesn't change, right? We just keep learning, and that's what is one of the dimensions that keeps us excited. You get up in the morning, you learn something new, you adrenaline rush, right? Okay, we did something new, right? That excitement at the end of the day, we fixed a bug, we delivered a release to the production, or a production deployment went right without any issues, right? Or it is a scalability problem, right? So all of these we continuously learn. Do you want to share some of your learning experience, Kushbu?
Sure, Prem. So for me, every day in Accolite was really challenging. Every day we achieved something. At the end of the day, when I was going home, I feel like, yeah, I have learned something new. And with Accolite, what I feel is it has a group of highly professional, talented individuals. So even with the tester, even with developer, team lead, anyone from Accolite, you get to learn many new things. So and that is very exciting for each and everyone who is joining a professional career, to have something which is always interesting. You were never bored of your work. And when you're not bored of your work, you will enjoy your work, and it will be very easy for us to maintain everything, to maintain work-life balance, to have a learning growth, to have a professional growth. So yeah, overall it was a really nice experience. And even till now, when I'm already leading a team of 4 or 5 people, we introduce a new technology on which we have to learn from scratch. So even now, I think every day we will get the possibility to learn something new. And it doesn't mean that it is professional. Even what I learned from professional experience in a team, I've applied it in my personal life, and it was really nice for me. So that's all I want to pitch in.
Great, and I wish you continuously learn new things, and whatever Accolite needs to do, it will do to support your learning. Laukia, you want to add something on learning, because you are one of the very energetic persons I have interacted with, right? Who always wants more. So why don't you share with us and the rest of the audience, how has your learning experience been at Accolite?
So my learning so far has been really, really great. So as I said before, I joined Accolite as an intern. And from the very beginning, I had the opportunity to learn and master the skills that were required. So as I said before, I had extensive training at Accolite University, and that helped me learn technology and languages in alignment with my career. And in this course of about 6 years now, including my internship, I worked on diverse set of languages, from Java, JavaScript, PHP, frameworks. I worked on Docker, Kubernetes, Jasper, you name it, and many more. I've tried, worked on them, I've moved around them and all. So at Accolite, I strongly believe that there is something new to learn every day. This, as Kushbu said, helps me to grow professionally and personally. In addition to that, I feel what makes this experience truly enriching is that the team, everyone in the team is also talented, and we get this constant support from our managers. Like if I go to my manager and say that, okay, this is something I want to try, they're always there. They help me with align my learning with the projects that help me and all. So I've never had something that I reach out to my manager and never got turned back. So that's something that always is there. And apart from that, Accolite provides various tools to upskill yourself. There is Udemy access. And the best part is there's iLearn. So where experts from Accolite, they take sessions. So they are limited slots. So those, because of that, it becomes very interactive. So at Udemy, there is one person saying you have to listen to the recording, but at iLearn, it is limited. So it is very interactive. You could reach out to them personally and they would answer it. You have assignments where you could, and projects that you could try out them on. So that makes it a very great learning experience. And in short, if I have to say, it is great to be part of a team where everyone is very passionate about what they do. along with all these opportunities that you get to advance yourself. So this motivates me to give my best efforts. And if you want to leverage new opportunities and grow every day and be recognized for your work, Accolite is the place to be. And that's why I've been here for all this time.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing those insights, Laukia. Yeah. Without learning, the job becomes very mundane. You just get up, do the same thing. We all need change. So yeah, learning does help. Nidhi, you were somebody who joined us, right? Vidya, Manali, Laukia, they've been with us pretty long, but you have joined us recently, a couple of years back. How has been your learning? Do you see a difference in your learning compared to your earlier jobs? And the second question I have for you is how has been your induction, right? When you change a job, it's a new team, new people, you don't know anyone on the floor, you don't have friends, you have to make friends with the team, right? You need to work together. How has been your incubation period and how has been your induction into the team, right? What parts of the organization helped you, and why don't you share some experience on these two topics?
Yeah, sure, Prem. So I actually joined Accolite like in February 2020. So I hardly get like 1 month to like go to office and meet people. So when I remember when there was my first day, and like I didn't know anyone there, but the manager who was there and the HRs were really supportive. The induction went very smooth for me, and like they introduced me to various like parts of the office, various activities they do and everything. And I really I found it like very supportive, kind of like it's a family kind of family. So, and as far as like learning is concerned here, so I spent almost 8 years with other organizations, and I was thinking to go to some organizations where I can, because I always wanted to be on technical side of my work. So when I joined Accolite 2 years back as a senior software engineer, it's been a steep learning curve as I got the opportunities to work on the latest technologies. If you see, automation testing is a very wide area. So I got to learn various parts of automations like framework creation, performance testing, UI testing, and database testing, API testing, and along with DevOps also. So just to name a few. So the independence with in Accolite, with which I get to manage projects and implement my ideas, is something that I believe has created a sense of confidence in myself as an experienced professional. I would say Accolite is a workplace that empowers its people to develop the right skills to advance their careers, and there is always a freedom to explore, liberty to express, and most importantly, like there are great learning opportunities. If you have like hunger to learn, Accolite empower you to jumpstart your career or pursue new opportunities, as you will always be supported by your in your journey by your colleagues and your managers. So my experience so far has been great.
Great. So learning on the job, learning from the job, right? Learning from your team, right? Learning from the project that you're working is one part, right? How does Accolite support you guys if you want to learn something beyond your project, right? For example, you are an automation engineer working on Selenium, right? But you want to learn Cucumber, right? Or you want to do DevOps, right? Maybe you want to change your career track, right? So how does Accolite help? I heard from Laukia, iLearn is one medium through which you can learn, like a training session followed by the mentors who can help you. Any questions on those subjects, SMEs that are available through the org who will help people across teams. But are there any other tools that Accolite helps you with, which will help you learn beyond the project that you're working on?
So like there is a great QA community out here. So your managers, your leadership will create a group of separate QAs, and you can just go ahead and talk to them in their experience, learn from them. And suppose like if you are done with some kind of, suppose I was interested in API testing, and I was interested in DevOps side. So I just told my managers that my interest areas is this, and they provided me a immense support so that I can get those opportunities and work on that. So I think the leadership is very open. You can connect to them as you want, as like whenever you want, and your queries will be addressed.
Awesome. Anybody else want to add anything from any
Yeah,
other support
Prem.
that you're getting in?
So
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So to answer your questions, recently there was a requirement on which we need to create something on a new language. So in our team, nobody was experienced on that language. So what we did is we formed a group of 4 or 5 people who wanted to learn, and we started learning on our own and teaching everybody else. So as I've already said, here in Accolite, everybody is eager to learn, and everybody is really good to learn something from scratch. So what we did is we learned on our own and we started teaching everybody else. So it's like a smaller university we formed in the group. So it was really nice.
Yeah, learning in a group is always fun, right? It's very difficult to sit and study something, but you form a small group and learn. It's always good.
So apart from iLearn, also Accolite provides Udemy access. So, and I was at the project and the client that I was working, they required me to learn Angular. So I requested for the Udemy access. I got the course on Angular on Udemy, and I watched and I learned it. Apart from that, there are various certificate reimbursements that are there too. So like, even the project I was working on, there's so much on AWS that I work. So learning, hearing that the manager suggested I could learn on that and try out that as well. So Accolite helps you with the courses that are required for a certificate, and they also provide you reimbursement for the certificate as well. Apart from that, there are the various external people also it invites. I attended a design thinking session where someone from external actually came in, and it was like a 7-day workshop where we got to have interaction on every day for like an hour. And so there are various mediums through which you could learn. But apart from that, there were times I reached out to the manager saying that there is this topic that is like trending, and it would be great if we could organize a session on this. And she would reach out to people and have that. So it's always there. Like learning is very constant at Accolite. It's like the buzzword always there. That's what I appreciate so much about that about Accolite.
So there are multiple opportunities or multiple ways you're saying, right? There's a certificate reimbursement program. There's external trainer you can request for as a team, right? And there's internet training program, and there is online reading, right? Udemy access. You can go and do thousands of courses available. Great. So I just want to continue this topic. When Kushbu was talking, she used the word work-life balance. I think that's extremely important for this group, right? So we all know in Indian women, they do 2x job, right? While the job is job, there is more work beyond job at home, right? So, and I see young girls to moms in this call, right? So I would like to know more about how you are able to achieve work-life balance, right? What are the few challenges you faced, right? And how organizations supported you? Were there any instances where you can raise your hand and call out, yes, the organization stood by me. I still remember it for a pretty long time in future, right? So let's spend some time on it and understand how, as an organization and your teams, your managers, your support organization, right? How HR organization, how the support organization helped you in achieving work-life balance, and especially the last couple of years with pandemic you're all working from home. You have to take care of your family, you have to take care of your kids, you have to take care of your parents or maybe your in-laws. So with all that happening at home, and how do you manage to work, and what all support you got from the organization? Vidya, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. I think when I joined Accolite, my kids were too small. I had a 5-year-old and an infant, and then I had an additional extended family to take care as well. I had a 3-year break earlier in my career, much before I joined Accolite though. So the apprehension was always there about, will I be able to cope, right? It's a new organization. You have to make your foothold there. And I was always having this worry at the back of my head whether I will have to force myself into another break. But I guess it was not more than 2, 3, 4 weeks into my life at Accolite that I realized that suddenly everything seems to be falling in place, everything going very smooth. I barely could even realize, and then things were just working out for me very well. I think the sheer flexibility that we have in terms of the work timing, work day schedule, the kind of support you get from your team in terms of if you have to be away for a bit and you come back and you still get to finish your work. I think it's like a silent support system, right? And Prem, like you rightly said, it's like doing two full-time jobs at the same time. And it calls for much more support than just one support, right? Manali was talking about that earlier. Just one support system may not work, right? Just at home, unless your organization is able to just have your back at all points in time. It is impossible to get a great going career for yourself. And with all of this happening and the fact that you have to go a little back and forth at times, there was still no dearth of opportunities, right? I think the kind of leads that are given to you to pick up and in any stream or any kind of role, it's as challenging as it would be, and with all the support. So what more can you ask for, right? And for one, I remember there have been occasions when I've taken my kids to school. Not that I absolutely wanted to, but the situation was such that I had to take them. I didn't have a place to leave them. And leave alone the fact that I was able to do my work very easily and get the things done for that day. I actually had people that were able to support taking care of these guys, and nothing fell apart at all. So can you ask for more as a working mother? I guess not.
Very good to hear that, Vidya. Manali, you briefly touched upon this earlier, so you want to share more color to that, and then I'll go to Kushbu and ask her experience. She looks very bright and colorful. Welcome back, Kushbu. So Manali, go ahead. You covered your work-life balance and how it helped you, and then we'll go to Kushbu.
Sure. So what I feel, I think Vidya has mostly covered everything. It has been, as she said, it's a silent support that we have, right? As you mentioned, we had a difficult time last 2 years. Everybody went through their shares of, their share of problems. I went through mine. I had my family hospitalized, then I got hospitalized. And I remember the support that I got during that time, especially since I have worked the longest with you, Prem and Vidya. I remember Vidya calling up. I remember you, Prem, keeping in touch with my husband constantly, checking on my health and all. I think that itself counts a lot. And other than that, coming to the part where how the organization helps you grow and how the organization helps you share your ideas. I know Acolyte has always had this flat organization culture. I even remember our CEOs Leela saying that you can just knock, if I'm there, you can just knock and come in. That's okay. You can talk to me, right? So if you have a great idea, if you have a POC for that, you can go and talk to any of the leadership and you will definitely get encouragement. Nobody's going to shut you down. Definitely there will be feedback, but that would be a constructive and positive feedback that you would get, on which you can build better. But every idea is always encouraged and considered. So that's how I feel Acolyte is, and I think that's how the work-life balance actually helps as well.
I think it's like a sticky wicket, all this coming together for you guys to have work with Acolyte for so long. It's very good to hear all of it. And Kushbu, over to you.
Sure, Prem. So I think Vidya and Manali has covered it beautifully. Covered most of the points that all of us wanted to talk about. Work-life balance is always, a first thing that comes to the mind when women work. So for me, balancing between professional life and personal life has always been the priority. I wanted to spend time with family. I wanted to have some time for myself. I wanted to have some time for my hobbies. And I was able to achieve that in Accolite because Accolite is very employee-centric company. It always take care of employees' well-being. So if I talk about one incident, I remember where higher management always encouraged me to take leaves whenever needed. Whenever if I'm working late at the night, they ask me to, okay, you can start little late in the morning. It is okay to have some time off. It is okay to start early if you have some urgent work in the evening. So overall, it is very flexible. And when the pandemic comes in, we really see and we had that sense of achievement, okay, that the Accolite is very flexible for us. And if I talk about my own experience with work-life balance, what I think is, if you're working, you need to only focus on work. There shouldn't be anything else in your mind. And if you are spending time with the family, there you shouldn't worry about the work. And I think I was able to achieve it with the encouragement that I get from this company to perform better day by day in all the roles that I have. So that's it. Thank you.
I think last couple of years, we all, in a way, able to work from home, right? But I do understand Accolite as an organization has a very flexible work from home option, right? As far as back as I remember from the last 10 years, I had been with Accolite. So people had been given opportunity to work from home depending on the situation. We have cases where people wanted to go home, take care of their parents, and they were given an opportunity to work from home for more than a month and 2 months. So yeah, it's been very easy if you don't have to worry about, do I need to go to office, right? As Kushbu called out, right? If we take all this noise out of our head, we are more focused and we can enjoy the little moments in life. So we spoke about office, we spoke about activities, and just want to ask, okay, how has been your interaction beyond work, right? We spoke about work, we spoke about learning, work-life balance, work, too much work, right? What else happens in Accolite, right? When you go, you used to go to office, right? And how are some of the activities happening beyond work in office? And how did Accolite manage to do this in the last couple of years when we were all working from home? And now we are slowly coming back to the offices. And what are you seeing on the ground?
Okay. So a little bit about me is I am kind of a person, if not these extra things were there in my life, I'm like all work, no play. I'm passionate about my work, but I'm focused about it. So sometimes I just don't care about the fun. But at Accolite, it's not just work, it's also fun. So in the office, we have various fun activities. We used to have fun Fridays. So they happen every Friday. So since I've joined here, I have organized them, I've participated in them. At times I've refused to participate, but I still got pulled into participating in them. And then it's been very fun, like very, very fun. Every time, it's like this kickstart to a weekend. It's like the appetizer before the main course. So it kind of unwinds you from all the stress that you go to Monday to Friday about it. So at Accolite, we celebrate festivals. Before we used to do it in-house in the office, but now we do virtually. It's still the same fun, but just happens virtually. So when we do it at the office, we decorate the office, we celebrate ahead of time. So it's all very festive mood and all. So at most times, I felt more festive at the office than at my own house. Since of that carrying on that that festive nature, I went ahead and I decorated my house. I'm sure I would have not done if that didn't happen. And we also have like various sports activities that we kind of stopped doing now because of COVID and all. But last sports activity I attended was Accolite Olympics that happened in 2020. I traveled to Bangalore for that. And for that in Hyderabad, we took out time. We practiced cricket, badminton, and all. We used to meet and plan and strategize how to win and everything. And we went to Bangalore. We had a blast there. We didn't win cricket, but we did have a lot of fun at that time. And I participated. Actually, I learned what shot put is. I participated in that. Actually, also won a silver medal at that time. So it's all very fun, that things. So apart even from that, in general, in Hyderabad, we divided ourselves into like 4 teams. We had like an IPL auction kind of a thing where we bid for people and buy and all. In these teams, we used to organize events, play against each other for like cricket and badminton and stuff. We used to have a point system. And we, who wins and all that, we used to all see. This is all like a whole thing. The fun thing is another league at Accolite. It's not just work. This is a fun thing. It takes another thing, another level. And that together, this work and fun together, actually, I feel it's like a wholesome package that comes together very nicely. Also, like I stay far from the office during all these activities and stuff. Like I have to sometimes I used to have to like stay back and all. So during these times, I have like my HR location leads like reach out to me and see, have you booked the cab? So how are you planning to go? They used to continuously like call me and ask, have you reached home? And all. That is a very sweet gesture. I feel it's like you don't have to call me and ask whether I reach home, but taking care of me and all that felt really, really nice. So if I have to let's say it in a nutshell, Acolyte focuses on like holistic experience. And for this reason, I think Acolyte is really a great place to work. It's not just the professional aspects, okay? You also get to explore these personal things and experience all these together. That bundle is very important.
I remember traveling to Hyderabad for the prior Olympic competition that held in Hyderabad. And I think we are yet to host in Delhi. I think maybe once we come back from COVID, we'll have it. And maybe you might not have experienced all of it, but look forward for it. I think in the next few months, one thing settled on, we should have the next Olympic inter-Acolyte location Olympic should be happening. With the strength we are now, it's going to be even more competitive, even more fun, even more engaging. Yeah. So moving on, we had a lot of fun with all the extracurricular. Let's go back to some things related to work and growth, right? You guys repeatedly spoke about support, right? You got support from your teams, you got support from your leaders, you got support from your mentors, because Accolite also has this mentorship program who will help you with your career, both on the technology aspect as well as on growth aspect. So Kushbu, Manali, you guys want to share some of your thoughts on how leadership supported you and how it actually helped you learn from your leaders, right? And you said it's a very flat organization. You can pick up a phone and call the CEO, or you can drop a note. We have that opportunity to anonymously send feedback, anonymously request it, right? You can always get time from your senior VPs, delivery heads, and all of it. So how has been leadership support for you, and what's your learning from that aspect in terms of managing teams and becoming a better leader in the organization?
Yeah, Prem. So when I think I joined Accolite in 2017 with having only 3 years of experience. And at that time, Accolite has become a career shaper for me. At that early stage of time, I have got immense guidance from my team lead, from my manager, from you, to grow in my career in such a way that I can foresee change in me. I was able to adopt many new qualities from individuals in Accolite. What I feel is here the talent is very unique, and Accolite encourages us to do better day by day. Accolite is a place where high performance is highly rewarded, and individuality is maintained, and we get the opportunity to do innovation and to think out of the box. And again, I think Manali has already covered the part where she said that it's a very flat structure. If I want to talk to anyone, whether it is a higher management, or whether it is someone who's intern, it is very easy for us to talk. And our concerns are always heard from upper management, which is very rare in the industry. And it was always, I always got the guidance in such a way that I see a better version of myself here. And to add a point, my family got infected with COVID last year with the second wave, and I have no words to express the guidance, the support that I've got from HR, my team managers, my team lead, my team members, whether it is financially, emotionally, or anything, any health related things that they can do. We have got free practice subscriptions at that time, and that helped us, to ask even a very minor query with the doctors. So, and at that time, I remember Accolite had formed many new policies, created many new policies for employees, individuals. So I see that Accolite reforms policies that are, very employee oriented, and which is, I think, very rare in the industry for any company to form policies at such a go whenever needed. So that's it from my side.
Okay. Manali, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, so I think Khushbu actually did cover that. I have been very privileged to get the guidance and the encouragement from all such talented people. And yes, Acolyte has this flat organization culture. I for one have this habit of just walking into, say, your cabin frame or any other senior member's cabin. I remember having hours of chat with Vidya to just to understand where I stand right now, what I want to do. I remember this one instance also where Prem, if you remember, I just walked in and you realized what I wanted to talk to you about. I just wanted to jump to the next level, and you smiled and you said you're not yet ready. And then you took half an hour. You explained me each and every point as to what I need to achieve, where I stand today. Then you did the exercise with me to give me the idea what I need to do to achieve that. And and then I was clear why not, and what needs to be done. So that kind of attention to detail, personal involvement, to make sure that all your colleagues are excelling and growing professionally, is something which is very rare and commendable, and you will definitely find an Acolyte. That's what I have seen. Now, this is just my story, and since I've been working with you and Vidya very closely, I have many anecdotes around you both. But yeah, but I'm sure most of us have such stories. So I even remember, in fact, when I had few issues, personal issues, which I wanted to get addressed, I spoke to you, and then I directly spoke to Leela as well. And as you mentioned, right, we have this culture of work from home. So in my case, that time I needed that, and uh, it was immediately addressed, and I was given that chance to go back, take care of myself, take care of my family. So that's the reason why I always say it's a flat organization. You don't have to worry, you don't have to fear whom you're talking to. You can just openly speak your mind, and be assured that you will be heard.
You've been very nice to me because it's on a call, but
Oh,
thanks for
that's
you.
all.
Thanks for that,
As
Manali.
I said, we have worked the longest, so I think I do have a lot of anecdotes around you guys.
Sure. And the last question I have, and it's been very long, I didn't realize we've been 48 minutes into the call. So I want to ask this question to Vidya, who's very senior, and she's part of the senior leadership, and she also represents the diversity by being in the leadership role. So Vidya, what has been your point of satisfaction at the end of the day? Because work, again, you said you keep doing it, right? What makes you feel that you are in that senior leadership role beyond your work? Um,
I think just the way the leadership trusts you, the folks above you trust you, just the way your team respects you, and just the way you have your space to assess a situation and put forth your ideas, your suggestions, and of course the mentorship that you get along the way in order to get better at that. I think that definitely makes you feel a more, an integral part of Acolyte's decision making, Acolyte's business growth. Not just Acolyte, I would say. I think even your customers, for that matter, right? I've personally, I do feel that I've been very fortunate to be working with some very awesome customers. And I'm sure all of us here would agree with that. We don't pick customers just because we want to do work, right? We engage with customers for a certain reason, and there is a lot of due diligence that goes into it. The kind of work we do today for them, and the kind of satisfaction that we see among the customers itself speaks volumes about the kind of dedication we have, the kind of effort we put in. So I think that support that you get from Acolyte peers and the leadership here, the exec leadership here, along with your customer, your peers and your customer organization and their leadership also, right? In totality, I think it definitely gives you that feeling of being complete in many occasions. And like Manali was saying, even if you were to falter at any stage, the way you are, very neatly picked up without making you feel low, wrong, or anything like that. Just the sheer learning that is, amplified out of that situation. I think that makes me feel very empowered. And this whole flat organization thing we were talking about, everybody from Leela totally believes that way and conducts themselves that way. That makes you feel like you are responsible for Accolite's growth. You are responsible for your customers' growth. It's not just numbers, right? Numbers will come and go, but it's the quality of output that you give out there and the amount of passion with which you do it. For me, it has always been all about that. And to Manali's point, I have enough experiences of working with you in these past 3-4 years that I can definitely call out and say that, wow, I learned this. I could have done this differently, and you make us, get to that realization on our own, give us that space and time. And I think every leader that I've worked with at Accolite truly, represents that kind of inclusive, democratic culture of the organization. And I'm really glad that the leadership that we're grooming now is also, following that path. And I think we're creating some awesome professionals out of Accolite.
Thanks, Vidya. Thanks to all of you. We are almost at the time. I don't mind spending another hour talking to you guys, but it's a time. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all the listeners who have dived in and patiently heard all of our experience. Hope this actually gives you a background and an idea of what Accolite is, what place we are. You feel free to come and visit us in our offices. We'll be more than happy to give a walk of our offices and talk to you about the work. And if you are looking to work on cutting edge technologies, just to all the listeners who dialed in, and to work in a fun, collaborative, supportive organization, Accolite is a place for you guys to be. We are a team comprising of the bright people. You've seen 5 smart women on the call. How smart I twisted the questions, but they're ready with their answers. And be part of a team that's customer centric. We are very much customer centric, but people are our strength. It's very clear. It is focused inwards, that our people are the first priority, and not compromising on the people values and the people support and the happiness. We deliver customer centric, and we solve the toughest problems our customers have to ensure that their business grows. So we're looking forward to have you with us. Please visit our careers page. We have a lot of opening positions. I think we always have hundreds of open positions from the day we started Accolite. So we were happy to see you at Accolite. And if you have any questions, please do reach out to our HR or talent acquisition, to any of us, to our open channels, at the Facebook or LinkedIn, Instagram, all these channels. And we're more than happy to answer your questions. With that, thanks everyone once again. Stay safe and take care. Take care, guys. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Prem. Thanks, everyone.